All right, we're back. The 67 Grand Prix. It's a little different. If you saw the last video of this car, it had a 428 Pontiac in it, twin turbo. And the owner had some issues with that motor. So he joined the dark side. This is a 427 LSX. I want to get the valve cover if you could see it. Mueller Racing. It's got Brodex heads. I believe, what are we, 67 millimeter or 66? 67 millimeter precision turbos. Air to water, and he's got an inner chiller system on this car. You can see the cooler back there and his reservoir, and that keeps the air temperature for the intercooler extremely cold. So he put this together in about 6 weeks. He custom built the headers himself. I mean, he did the whole car himself. But those were custom fabbed headers. And we're at a car show here in Buffalo, New York. I guess he's off by one number now. He painted this car himself. Everyone asks about the wheels. 17 by 8 front, 17 by 9 rear. Factory interior. Hey Bob, can I pop the door on this thing or what? Let's check her out. Did some cool stuff up in here. He's got a panel that goes there and covers it. But what's he even got? And the vintage air. This car is just pretty crazy. Tack. It's got the hideaway headlights. He had to redo all that with some custom actuators to keep them functioning like they do. This baby is a sleeper now. That inner chiller was from Australia. See if I can drill him a little bit about the car. We'll get the trunk real quick. You got the trunk popped, it's nice and clean. Look at this baby. Clean as a whistle. So you're gonna give us a quick rundown of what you got here. Because I got the basics, but give me a little detail about this thing.
Well, it's a Dart Next 427 LSX block.
Get in front of this puppy. Come on. He doesn't want to be on camera. It's too bad.
It's got a Cayley's crank, Oliver rods, Brodex heads. It's got a shaft rocker system made by Mueller Racing. Turbo cam, of course. 9-to-1 compression. Compression's a little on the lower side for good pump gas performance. Motor's capable of 2,000 horse.
Hell yeah, it is.
Gonna do it to about 1,100-1,200.
Just a baby tune on it for cruising.
Yeah, that's what the fuel system supports, and that's enough.
Yeah.
I'm old, I don't really need too much power.
And you built this thing yourself.
Yeah, totally. Built the headers.
Yep.
It's air to water, intercooled.
Yeah, I was explaining that a little bit, that inner chiller.
Inner chiller, yeah. It's out of Australia. It basically uses the air conditioning to cool the water, and it works really well.
What does it get your intake temps down to?
Intake temps, day like today, that's close to 80 degrees. It'll run about 60-degree air intake temp under boost. The water temperatures at about 24 to 32 degrees on an average. The air tank temperatures might actually drop when it's under power. I haven't really.
And then you got a TCI in this, right?
Yeah, it's a TCI 6-speed automatic.
6-speed, a Ford 9-inch rear end.
Ford 9.
What gears you got in this thing?
It's got a Denny's nitrous shaft in it. It's got 325 gears.
Yeah, this thing's beautiful. And you whipped this together in 6 weeks.
6 weeks, I think. Yeah, 6 weeks I did the motor.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna.
Mueller Racing Engine, which is a very well-known builder.
So we're gonna promise people eventually we're gonna do a startup and we're gonna do a drive in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we get her tuned.
I've got his word on it. We'll do a drive. So here we are at the car show today. A little updated video on this car. And we'll do some more footage of it eventually. Now these are factory, because everyone asked me about wheels on this thing.
It's a factory 8-lug wheel.
I'll let you explain it.
It's a factory 8-lug wheel, but the rims themselves I had made because the factory's only a 14x6, and these are 17x9s in the rear and a 17x8 in the front.
Okay.
So I had them special made.
Do you remember who made them for you or no?
It's called BOP Engineering, which stands for Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac.
Okay.
They actually bought the rights to remake the rims from another guy who actually designed them, started making them. But that's where you get them now, is from BOP Engineering.
Okay, and now everyone knows where you get the wheels from. Awesome. You had a new top put on it. And the interior is all pretty much factory, right?
It's all factory except for in the console.
All that. I was zooming in on that. What can you explain about what's going on in there?
Well, what I did was the factory radio obviously is just a cheap AM/FM radio that sounds like the 60s. So
yeah,
it's got a hidden audio radio in it. We have 2 different gauges in there. One gives me air intake temperature coming out of the turbo, and the other is air intake temperature coming out of the intercooler.
Yeah.
And then the other gauge is water temperature, so I know what the inner chiller's water temperature is. And then I got a vintage air conditioning control in there because I put vintage air in it.
Yeah.
And it's also got my Bluetooth speaker in it, and it's got 4 different switches.
Mm-hmm.
One switch is for, on the inner chiller, I can turn off the factory AC so that all the energy from the air conditioning goes to the chiller. So if I was at the track, it helps it cool faster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the other 3 switches are for the transmission. One gives me 2 different tranny programs because it's all electronic.
Okay, you had a lot more going on in there than I knew.
Yeah, there's quite a bit going on.
Yeah, no kidding.
One is, oh God, I gotta remember.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, one of them is for overdrive lockout.
Yeah, I saw an overdrive switch in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you had a lockup converter in this.
Well, it's to lock the overdrive out, not the converter.
Oh, okay.
It's for locking out overdrive.
Okay.
And the other one puts it to manual or auto. So in auto, the computer shifts it. I can turn it into manual, and I can manually shift it, which is also done electronically through a switch.
Okay.
So I actually have a rocker switch that I can shift the transmission up and down.
Okay.
If I want to put it in manual mode.
So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this thing, and you would not suspect it to have what it does. If you pulled up next to this thing, you wouldn't think it's a twin turbo 427. Ready to lay the smack down. But this is his first car show this year, and thinking he's gonna get an award. Thank you, Bob the Builder. He did my car also on my channel, my Nova, if you see that. It's here. I was late, so I didn't get a parking spot near him, but maybe I'll do a quick video of that and let people look at that. I actually got it reasonably clean, but this car is just so badass, and I wanted to make sure I got a quick video of it. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll do another video once he gets it tuned. Take it for a rip. I'm sure it'll be a blast. Thanks for watching.